Yordenis Ugas says that Terence Crawford needs to relax and worry about someone else while me and Errol Spence as champions is about to fight each other. You'll get your opportunity. That's what Yordenis Ugas was saying. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we have some interesting news as the new WBA super champion Yordenis Ugas, who recently beat Manny Pacquiao a few months ago and basically retired him. But anyway, Yordenis Ugas had some words to say about Terence Crawford recently, that Terence Crawford just be like calling Errol Spence out here and there, but he's not doing anything to make negotiation happen or come to the negotiation table to bring a deal with Errol Spence Jr. Now, we heard the whole debacle about the 60-40. 60-40 is a reasonable split. I feel like Errol Spence does have 2 belts. If Errol Spence is successful against Yordenis Ugas, he will have 3 belts, and Terence Crawford has no choice to take 60-40. I wouldn't even recommend a 55-45 split because that's just being generous. But we're going to get into this video. Yordenis Ugas stated that, look, Terence Crawford, you need to sit back and wait for your turn, because me and Errol Spence, we're about to have a fight next year, and we don't need you jumping in the mix right now trying to say you're going to fight Errol Spence this, Errol Spence that. Yordenis Ugas, just told Terence Crawford, look, you had all these opportunities to fight Errol Spence, and now it's my turn to fight Errol Spence. So I see where Yordenis Ugas is coming from, and I totally agree with him. Terence Crawford, you need to worry about fighting the next opponent. You need to try to see if you could get the winner between Mario Barrios or Keith Thurman, or fight up-and-coming rising superstar Jaron Boots Ennis, because nobody knows really what's next for Terence Crawford at this point after beating Sean Porter and retiring with Sean Porter. But I understand what Yordenis Ugas is saying. Look, I'm worried about Errol Spence. Look, when I get my chance, if I do beat Errol Spence, I'm going to worry about you next. But in the meantime, don't worry about us champions, even though Terence Crawford is a champion, but don't worry about us because we're about to have a unification bout. And Terence Crawford had a lot of stuff that he was supposed to been do through the past years with Keith Thurman, when at the time that he says Errol Spence isn't the man, when he was on the Max Kellerman show, and he stated that Errol Spence isn't the man, Keith Thurman is the man to beat. You had all the opportunities to fight Keith Thurman back then, but you chose to take, like Bo Max said, you chose to take the easiest route there possibly is. So I made a video about that yesterday. If y'all haven't checked out that video, go check out that video. But I don't know why Terence Crawford be doing these type of silly things. It's just obviously something mentally is wrong with Terence Crawford. You going out on vacation saying, where's Errol Spence Jr. at? Where's the big fish? Everybody thought, okay, he's from away from Bob Aaron. We're probably going to get this fight next. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence says 60-40 still. And, he still won't take it. Even Terence Crawford was on a show. I forgot the name of the show. He was on a show or a boxing podcast, and he said, if Errol Spence gave you 50-50, would you take it? No. Then Terence Crawford said, I don't know. So with that being said, I totally agree with Yordenis Ugas. I think Terence Crawford just need to stop worrying about Errol Spence at the moment. These guys are about to have their fight. These guys are preparing for each other for next year. And Terence Crawford should be trying to fight an opponent to look for. In my opinion, Terence Crawford, I'm not discrediting Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford, look, while they're fighting, you could be fighting former champions that had big names at that time. And like you said, you're willing to wait for Keith Thurman. I mean, that's kind of still a long layoff, but it's still a fight for Terence Crawford that we will want to see because it's competition, So who knows what's going to happen for Terence Crawford next, but I'm not going to keep this video too long, guys. Yordenis Ugas tells Terence Crawford, look, man, don't worry about us right now. When the time has come, we'll get to you. But with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.